Well, hello. Welcome to the stream. How are y'all doing today? He's alive. I am. I've returned from good old New Orleans. Oh no, my 3DS was on 3D mode, and it was. I don't know. Actually, how do many of you have or have had a 3DS and have like the 3D mode? Like it's trippy. When you accidentally turn it on, it's real scary. It's real scary. Well, Shaden, Sam, how are you doing? Carol Cups, how you doing? Good. Glad you're doing well. Doing pretty well. How are you? How was NAIC? I'm good. NAIC was good. As you can see, I'm rocking my little Psyduck hat with the Pokemon International Championships 2025. Very fun. I had a lot of fun. I got a lot of footage while I was there. And your testing group did really well. 3 people made day 2. Yo, let's go. What decks were they on? Were you all on the same 60 or rocking out some different stuff? Hey, Dark, how's it going? My group that I went with, unfortunately, none of us hit day 2. The person in our group that did best lost their winning in. They went 6-3, right? Yeah. So if they would have won, they would have been 7-2, which would have had them out of top cut contention, but they still would have been in day 2. I went 4-4-1. Then I went 3. I did better than I wanted. My goal was to do better than I did in Atlanta, which Atlanta I won 3, lost 6. Here I won 4, lost 4, tied 1, but the tie should have been a win. It was a forced tie. We were in turns, and I had the prize advantage, but when you're just in Swiss rounds, it just ends after 3 rounds. There's no in top cut. There is no tying, of course. So even after the 3 rounds, the game continues to go until someone has a prize advantage. I was in a prize advantage. They were turn 2. I needed to take 2 more prizes. All they had down was 2 gimme ghouls. And they were looking at their board state. They were looking at me and they were just like, if I pass to you, you could only take 1 prize. So we'll tie, right? And I looked at them and I said, yeah, that is how that would work. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. I'll go ahead and pass. And I was like, I can't be mad because I should have, I let the first game go for much too long. I should have started swinging earlier in the first game because it's all the best of 3. But person who did best in our group went on stream. Yo, that's super exciting. That's awesome. Doing fine. Good to hear, Dark. Love to hear it. But I did get my goal. I got a ton of footage while I was there. So I am planning to make some kind of NAIC recap video. I don't know exactly like what the plot line of it's gonna be, because my Atlanta video was very much this is my first time going to a regional. Here's what a regional is. Here's what you can do while you're there. And this will still have a lot of that because we did just about everything you could do. And I still definitely want to highlight that because it was still my first international championship to ever go to. So I still obviously want to highlight a lot of that. I did end up playing Goldango. This was the full 60 that I ended up playing. I'll just do a quick recap of it. The 1 monkey, the 2/2 line of Dreepy Dracloak, the 4/4 of the Goldango, Pheasantipity, the typical 11 energy. For my trainers, I was teched specifically for my worst matchups, but I didn't match into a single EV box, so the Watchtower was kind of not as useful as hoping it was. I did still match into Raging Bolt 3 times, and of those 3 times, I think I beat it twice. I have my whole, I could be lying to you. I might have only beat it once. Let me pull open my training court.app. I played Raging Bolt Oh no, I only played it twice. No, I did play it 3 times. I did lose to it twice. I won it once. And the person I won against, I didn't even realize it at first because I'm so terrible at actually remembering knowing anyone. But I had like a whole conversation with them about traveling to like, because they were from Europe. So I had a conversation with them throughout the game about like traveling to like EUIC, coming to NAIC, and like all this stuff. We had this whole conversation where I like asked them, I was like, oh, do you go to like a lot of things? And they're like, oh, you know, I go to a few. And then at the end of the night, like my group, we were out getting dinner, and I was we were talking about like all of our different matchups, and I was like, oh, you know, I did really well against it because they were playing Raging Bolt, and I just had such a good opening. Because Raging Bolt was a matchup I was kind of like iffy on, because it can kind of go either way depending on who starts taking prizes first. But in both matches, the deck worked and I was ecstatic. So I was telling them about it, and I was talking about where I was sitting at because it was static seating, and I haven't done static seating a lot. Because I was kind of confused, like I don't know what the star means. And the guy was like, "Do you not know who that was?" And I was like, no. And I played against like one of the European casters for the TCG, which is pretty cool. But yeah, my Watchtower helped me out with the Bolt matchup a little bit, but not overly. The Rigid Band kind of a little bit extra, and then I didn't end up going up against a single Joltik box. So my tech in for the Venture Bomb also was kind of, I mean, I still used it in some of the matches, but I purely added it in to deal with that matchup. So my full 9 rounds was Raging Bolt. I went loss, Raging Bolt, win. Goldengo, win-loss tie. Mewtwo and Spidops, win. Grimmsnarl, loss. I bricked really hard in that game. My round 6 was really bad. Round 6, I sat down across from this guy, and at that point, you know, we're 2-2-1. Me and this person are both 2-2-1. So if we get another tie, we're out of day 2. We are the most amount of ties we can have with the most amount of losses. We have to win every single match. And so the guy sat down and we were like, hey, you know, let's do a gentleman's agreement. You know, we refuse to let a tie happen. When we get to the last game, we'll just, whoever is on a better board state, whoever has the worst board state will scoop. You know, and you hope that the other person holds up to that, because you know they can be a little dick about it if they decide to. But you hope for the best. You have good vibes. The person was great vibes. But we sit down and I shuffle. I draw my 7 cards. I play down my basic. They shuffle and they get a mulligan, and they show me their mulligan. And as they show me their mulligan, I just look at the guy and I go, yeah, I don't think we're gonna need the gentleman's agreement. Like I was like, what? No, it's fine. And I go, no, I don't think we're gonna need a gentleman's agreement. This guy was playing Ethan's Typhlosion, which is probably my worst matchup because it's super effective and it's single prizers, so I can't even keep up with the prize race. So we were done with both games in 15 minutes, and I went loss into that one, obviously. Raging Bolt that I then lost. Grimmsnarl, win. And then Mirror Match, almost a very similar 60. Because they had the Watchtower, I think they might have also been playing the Bomb. A very similar 60. And I went lost the first one. And when I started the second one, I was like, you know, like we got to go a little bit faster because I want to have time for a third game. So we rushed through the second game. I won that one, and then we went to the third one, and I think I won that one like on turn 1. So I went loss, win there. Yeah, I got destroyed by Ethan's box, which I was talking to the guy about it, which was cool because Ethan's Typhlosion was a deck, as you can obviously tell by the stream title, was a deck that I wanted to check out. It wasn't something I felt super confident going into NAIC for myself, obviously just because I hadn't touched it at all. And it also, it didn't perform super hot, unfortunately. Only 2 Only two Ethan's Typhlosions made it to day 2. Pulling up the... just making sure I'm not, like, covering the entire screen when I open this. There we go. So only 2 Ethan's Typhlosions made it to day 2, which is kind of silly. So we're going to play around with it for a little bit. His name is Riley Who. Oh, the person I played was 80. So Limitless, of course, you can go and look at the full breakdown of how all the decks did. Tord was playing a really fun Pure Pult deck that I definitely want to check out at some point. Super, super interesting with the use of the Maractus. The 2 Monkey Dory. I do agree at this point. I think Neo Upper is just the better ace spec for Dragapult. Because the other 2 main use things we were seeing, a Sparkling Crystal, and the Sparkling Crystal gets kind of bad as we go into Black Bolt White Flare, since the Tool Scrapper comes back, which is an item that just allows you to remove 2 tools off the board. And also, you know, it's more for a quick Pult, which you don't really need. An Unfair Stamp, there's just so many cards now that allow you to draw back. There's so much draw power in the game with, like, in Zorark, you know, you got the Drakloak, you got the Dunsparce. There are just so many different draw engines in this game that can fit into any deck that the Unfair Stamp just doesn't feel as strong as it used to. So I think Neo Upper is better. But yeah, I definitely want to test out this deck list at some point. Gardevoir, yes, did win again. We saw Riley had a really cool play in their top 4 against Tord, where they passed in turns instead of taking a knockout. And, like, everyone who was watching was like, we were all like, what did he just do? Even the, like, commentators were like, oh, it looks like he passed. And everyone was like, wow, what a huge misplay. But in fact, it was the best play. It was the 3D or the 5D chess. And they ended up going to the finals, where they lost to Isaiah Bradner. With Guardy, once again, a lot of Guardy. A lot of people, myself included, thought that Gardevoir was not going to do as well because of Grimmsnarl. But Grimmsnarl did not do as hot. There are only, what, 2 in the top 30 there? Or 2 in the top 32? 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 7 in the top 64. A lot of Dragapult. Dragapult's still doing pretty well. I was really happy when I was looking through this. Grant Shin right here placed 44th. And my Dango Pult list is pretty similar to their list, which I feel pretty happy about. That that someone else was like, ah, yes, the Venture Bomb is the play. We did have a couple of, I think there were like 3 different changes that we had. They were still playing the Dragapult. I dropped the Dragapult because I didn't think I need it. I didn't end up needing it. There was not a single match that day that I was like, man, I wish I had Dragapult. The only thing it maybe would have helped me with was take a prize card in the Ethan's Typhlosion matchup, but even then, Ethan's Typhlosion can take out Dragapult pretty easily. So they didn't have a Dragapult, they don't have the Picnic Basket, they don't have the Watchtower. So I think those were like the only real differences between my list. So I was like, hey, at least I was somewhat cooking. I didn't play it well, but I was somewhat cooking. But yeah, a lot of Dragapult in Top Cut. Dragapult's just a good deck. So is Gardevoir. But Gardevoir did have a little bit of a harder time because of how much Grimmsnarl was out and about. And also, Grimmsnarl is a bit of a more difficult deck to pilot, so you don't see as many people successful with it, because it does take a lot of thinking ahead. Takes it's a very chess-like deck where you are playing turns in advance. We did see this crazy Toadscruel still doing well, and we also did see an Zorak make it to Top Cut. I was saying I wouldn't be surprised if a Mewtwo made it high, just because I was ready to see someone prove me wrong that it was a good deck and could do a lot of damage. But if you're seeing what I'm seeing, we're currently have scrolled through the top 100 and have yet to see a Mewtwo deck. Mewtwo did not do very well at this event. And it has so many cards. top 200. I know there is a Mewtwo that did make day 2, though. I might have scrolled past it, actually, at this point. Did I scroll past it? I didn't think it was this low. I thought it was a little bit higher. Hey, there it is. 294th. Mewtwo did not do super well at this event. I mean, it's a very fun, interesting deck. I do, at some point, want to build it, take it to some locals, take it to some challenges and stuff, just because I do think it is kind of a fun way that the deck operates. But it's just difficult for it to reach the same heights as Dragapult, or as Gardevoir. So pretty unfortunate there. Pretty unfortunate there. We did see some Joltik boxes do pretty well. 78th place. You know, a decent amount of Joltik box performed well to day 2. The highest being 78th, which when I kind of glanced at their list, it was pretty similar to the last list that I was running. I don't think there were really any changes from the last list that I had built. Looking at this very quickly, I'm sure there's probably absolutely some changes in here, but also there's no like glaring things that I had built differently. But I was afraid to bring this to NAIC because of how much Raging Bolt I was expecting, and this deck has a horrible matchup against Raging Bolt. So I don't know if this person just managed to dodge their way around, or I mean, it's not an auto loss. So the person they were playing, you know, some of these that made it well. But yeah, a lot of Dragapult did super well. But there's right there 256. I believe this was the top Ethan's Typhlosion. Yeah, this was the top Ethan's Typhlosion. And it's doing the Pidgeot EX build. I don't like this build. I want to play a pure single prize Ethan's Typhlosion. Pardon me. So that's what we're playing tonight, which is more in line with, where is it? It was low. It was like 300 something. Yeah, 363. So more in line with Logan's list here. This is kind of the list I started with. I made some changes. I dropped to 5 energy because I don't think you need the 6th energy. I don't think it's that super important. Because kind of like how old Pure's Zard was, even though Zard does power itself, the Ethan's Adventures give you the energy. And you have the redeemable ticket if you have bad pricing that you can resort to. I also added in some Pokegears and dropped out something. I think I maybe dropped an Iono. No, that doesn't feel right. Oh, I dropped the 3-3 Dreepy line. I don't think I need a 3-3 line. 2-2 is good enough. Because you're never gonna have all 3 benched. You're rarely gonna have both benched. But when you do get both benched, it is really powerful draw power. But I don't think all 3 are needed. But I have had some. I've played around with it a little bit. I definitely want to play it more before I take it anywhere. I'm planning to take it to locals next Monday. I also added a Bravery Charm, because I feel like Bravery Charm is pretty good, especially for your Badoo, especially in matchups against, like, Guardy, or the thousands of decks that play Monkey Dory now. Being able to put a Bravery Charm on your Badoo is pretty helpful. I dropped 2 rare candies down to 1 rare candy, because I was rarely ever using the rare candy. More often than not, I was TM Evoing. So the rare candy is kind of just helpful for late game comebacks. And, yeah, this is the 60 we're going to be playing. And, we'll see how the games go. Maybe they'll go well. Starting off with some resets as well today. We're gonna go, we're aiming to go second with this deck. Due to the fact that if we're able to get an early Ethan's Adventure, which is pretty great if we can get one down in our first turn going second, does allow us some to get some additional Cyndaquils out. But it looks like we're just gonna get the 2 there. I do like the research in hand, but I don't want to throw away, so we'll probably end up Ionoing. Hey, thanks so much for the follow there, TWF. Hope you're having a great day. Probably gonna hit the Iono here. What is this art? Oh, it's Cornerstone. I was like, I cannot tell what that was. Okay, so this is Cerulean. Is that the Legacy Energy? That is Legacy Energy. That's fun. Alright, Buddy Poffin. They seem to have a pretty dead hand. Part of me kind of wants to put down the Badoo. I think this would be a pretty good Badoo game, because they're going to want to be like Brilliant Blendering and Ultra Balling to throw away energy, so I do think we want to get the Badoo down. I'd like to get a Dreepy set up. I'll probably throw out Artisan, which I know it gives it to them, but they're probably going to also have it, but I would like to get that kind of established. And I want to check how many adventures I have. All 4. You love to see them not being prized. But we do have 4 prized energy. No, yes, 3 prized energy. We do have 3 prized energy. That feels pretty bad. All right, we go RT. Did I miss the recap? You did miss the recap, but I'll give you the shortened bulleted point version of it. I went 4-4-1. Had a couple rough matchups. Secret Box is good for next turn since we have 2 Quilava in hand. I did whiff the energy though, so I mean I could Secret Box, but that's stretching way too far. I would have to throw away too many things. I whiffed the energy to get Badoo into active, but we'll be able to get it next turn. Dude, I want to go ahead and pop in here to establish another Cyndaquil. Yeah, let's go ahead and establish another Cyndaquil. Because I only have 1 Loke, the other Loke is prized. And we don't want a redeemable ticket, even if, I mean, right now, our prizing isn't terrible, but I definitely don't want a redeemable ticket while I still have adventures in the deck. And next turn, I'm at least getting rid of 2 of them into the discard pile. We kind of talked about it last time before we left. So this deck works by Ethan's Adventure. The more Ethan's Adventures that are in the discard, the more damage your Typhlosion does. Bloody Blast, this attack does 60 more damage for each Ethan's Adventure card in your discard pile. You can have 4 in there. 4 times 60 is 240. Plus 40 damage. You hit 280 with Ethan's Typhlosion. And we have a couple ways to increase that damage as well. We have the Vitality Band hit 290. And then we can play down the Gravity Mountain to bring down the health of like Gardevoirs and Dragapults to be able to reach them a little bit better. Better than me, I did 3-3 drop. What were you playing? I ended up going with Dango Pulse. A research in the research. Alright, gotta get my reset going here. Dango Pidgeot. Dango Pidgeot I think is an interesting one. Like it was something I was looking at. I just felt a little bit better with the Dragapult, which I dropped the Pult, so it was just Dreepy and Dragloak. I felt better with it just because it's what I'd spent more time testing. We could actually swing here, theoretically. I could play Quilava. How much does that reach me to? That goes 6, that goes 180. 180, actually, yeah, we take 2 prizes here. That's crazy. That's crazy. And we take the prize lead, so it doesn't matter if they take a prize. We just have to be kind of smart with what we do going forward. Alright, we could actually play the adventure now. We could get all into the discard pile this turn, but I don't think we will. I don't think I want all in the discard pile right now. We'll throw away the counter catcher because we're not ever going to use it. Because we are going to have the lead for the rest of the game. Gravity Mountain we don't need in this matchup. But I just want to get it out of the deck, get it into hand. What item do I want here? Maybe a Pokegear to search for a boss next turn. I feel like that's what we want. Gear to search for boss next turn. Otherwise, I'm feeling good with what we got. Cool. If we didn't have the candy, I would say grab the candy. We'll grab Typhlosion, Energy, and Quilava. Get a second Quilava, or a third Quilava established. Evolve there. All good stuff. Yeah, this is a really cool art. Oh, I do have a really cool art to show you all in a second. If you didn't watch my YouTube short I posted yesterday. What am I hitting right now? 220. I'm already hitting for enough. We're gonna put that there, and I don't think we'll need it later, but just so if they Iota me, that doesn't go back into the deck, we'll just go ahead and attach it. Oh, different. We only take one prize because they had the Legacy UG, but that's fine. I'm fine with just one prize right here. I pulled this, which pretty cool. Pulled this from playing at side events. Very cool pull. You switched from Dango Loke Thursday nights. That's fair. That's fair. Both I think are pretty solid. Versions of the deck. I don't think there is a bad choice. It just depends on matchups. What were your 3 losses to? My 4 losses, I went through my full recap earlier, but I'll do it real fast here. I lost to Raging Bolt, I lost to Grimmsnarl, Raging Bolt, and Ethan's Typhlosion. Those are my 4 losses. And then I tied to a mirror match. I also had round 1 Bolt. It was not a good time. I didn't talk about it. I got my second Loke off the prize card there, so we do have both Drakloaks in deck now. One of them is at the bottom of the deck. Alright, they are powering this up. How much does this guy hit for? It just says for 160. Oh. Okay, so they don't even kill Typhlosion unless they play Vitality Ban. And they already Iono'd, so they can't Black Belt training me and hit for an additional 40, which additional 40 wouldn't even happen because I'm not EX. Black Belt training actually does nothing here. Do love a Bubble Mew! Round 1 Bolt, round 5 Dango Bolt, round 6 Bolt. I surprisingly didn't run into a single Dragapult all day. Outside of like the Dango Bolt. Only lost to Bolt round 1 because of a Mew restart for 1 into Sod into Prime Catcher. No! What? Into literally everything they needed. That's crazy good for them. There's not a... What did I just Iono to the bottom of the deck? Not an Iono. We're from the Iono, not a boss. Okay, we will Drakloak before we shuffle the deck. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. What choice should I make? Should I get the boss or should I get the boss? I'm gonna take the boss. What do I want to kill here? I kind of want to get rid of their draw power. But I also kind of want to get rid of their... Once during your turn, may attach to basic energy cards from your hand to one of your benched Ethan's Pokemon. Oh, I think I want to get rid of that guy. Cornerstone I don't really care about. Cornerstone doesn't do anything. I think I just want to get rid of all their energy. This might be enough to make them just concede. Low-key. Low-key, they might just concede. Oh, how much damage am I hitting it for right now? Hold up a second. How much damage am I hitting for right now? 60, 120, 180. I'm only hitting for 220 right now. Almost just made a goof. I almost just made a goof. I almost just goofed. That chat is why you think before you click. Which I don't hate getting rid of the Fez draw. The Fez draw is kind of good. My Dango loss was to Frank Mittmeyer, so I'm cool with it. You're gonna have to tell me who that is. I was also telling a story at the start of stream where I played round 2 against one of the European casters and didn't realize who they were, and did ask them if they go to many events, for them to be like, oh yeah, I go to a few, and then afterwards when I was telling my friends, they were like, that's like a pretty like well-known person, and I was like, ooh. Test with Grant Shin. Grant Shin was who I was pointing at to be like, hey, look, I know what I did some good deck testing or deck building, because my 60 wasn't exactly similar, but it was similar enough. Like I think we had like 4 cards different between the 60 I built and the 60 that they built. So I was pretty happy with myself for that. I can actually pull it up because I texted my friend, because one of my friends didn't tell me I had a bad deck, but was like, man, you're making some interesting choices here. My differences was I had -1 Pult, -1 Gear, -1 TM Evo, +1 Vessel, +1 Watchtower, +1 Picnic Basket. And I felt pretty good about that. You know what? That's pretty good to be like, you know, I lost, but the person I lost to was someone who's pretty solid. It's not bad. They are going to take 2 prizes here. That's pretty bad. Nice that they were humble about you not knowing. Yeah, that was really cool. Like they were just happy to just be playing, and so I did really enjoy that. Yeah, I only have 3 Ethans in discard. I didn't discard my 4th Ethan yet. I didn't discard my 4th Ethan yet. I'll discard it right here though. Yeah, we definitely want to fish the Cynical back. To have a established board state here. We'll grab the Adventure to grab ourselves. Actually, we'll fish these back and then we'll play Adventure to get another Cynical down and get more energy into the deck. I would have loved to have had Shaman down earlier, but they bumped my Artisan before I could do it. Okay, so what's in here? In here is a singular Typhlosion. A singular Typhlosion is in there, but I only need 1 more prize, right? Because I'm gonna take 2 prizes here. I'm gonna take 2 prizes here. I already have what I need for it, and I'll get the energy off the Adventure. So all I'm putting back in is to set up for the additional turn with Quilava. So I want to put back an energy. I've already used my rare candy as well, so I'm gonna need another Typhlosion at some point, but we can always Night Stretch for it back. But I want to at least have another Cyniquil established just in case they set up another Torrential Pump. Just in case they set up another Torrential Pump, I want to be prepared for it. I'm gonna grab energy for sure because I need it to attack this turn. I already have Typhlosion in hand, and then we're just gonna grab Cyniquil and Quilava. I should have grabbed the other Typhlosion to just evolve the other one, but it's fine. It's fine. Theoretically, we shouldn't need it. See, now I'm doing 280. And we got the Stretcher. But you could actually go ahead and Stretcher for the Typhlosion back, but I am afraid to do that in case they kill me, but I will put the Stretcher in hand. I'll put the Stretcher in hand. I'll Buddy Blast for 280. And I'm feeling pretty good about our positioning right now. They do still have Cornerstone, so they do keep their area 0. Hey, we pulled the other Quilava, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. We had 4 of us bring some form of Dango. 2 people were on Dango Pidgeot, 1 Dango Pult, and 1 Dango... Ooh, how'd the Dango Togekiss do? That's another build that I think is kind of fun. Yeah, I didn't end up putting the 4th Ethan in discard because I like to try and hold on to at least one of them for, like, getting a quick evolution off. Better than all the other ones? Yo, I love that. This is why I should have grabbed the other Typhlosion in case I got Iono'd. That way I could evolve the other one. This is where I've run into issues with this deck and it's my own fault. It's just me not playing far enough in advance. But I don't think they have... Do they have the knock here? Because this only does... As often as you like, you may move an energy from one of your bench Pokemon to one of your active Pokemon. Oh, I didn't read their ability. They did this to me last turn too, but I wasn't paying attention. They're going to kill my Quilava. So I actually do just lose here. So the win would have been establishing the Typhlosion. But hey, that's why we play games. That's why we grind out games. So the win would have absolutely been evolving the other one because the 120 to bench doesn't do additional damage. A decent cup of coffee. Thanks so much for the follow. Hope you're having a great day. They should be pretty easy to set up their second one. I think my win con here is grabbing a boss, which we whiffed. Definitely grabbing a boss would have been great. I think we have to Iono them to 2. Which they get draw off that. It's just going to be 7 cards. I'm pretty sure I've lost. I am pretty sure I've lost. So let's just put stuff on the bench. Okay, we can at least collapse their stadium a little bit. I mean, they're going to keep these guys, or just one of these guys. I think we've lost. I think we've lost for sure. Because that was a pretty bad misplay on my part. And this is also where the second rare candy comes into play. The second rare candy is pretty big there. So, I mean, it might be worth having the second rare candy in. Because I dropped the candy, because like, I wasn't using it all the time, but it does come into pretty big help there. I don't know, I know it might have been better. But again, I don't think it matters. I think they have the, which they do need the Luminous energy. Oh, they can move any energy. Oh, I didn't read that. Oh, wait. It does say you can move. Is that correct? I guess the Luminous energy does state it counts as every energy. Yeah, that's wild. I wouldn't have thought about that. That's such an interesting way that works. That's pretty cool. I thought that was a very different version of Surledge than that we ended up playing against. I have not seen that version of Surledge. What do I have that plays Luminous energy just to read the exact version of the text? It provides every type of energy balance. That's so cool. That's such a cool way that works. That's awesome. Yeah, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that build before. Was that the Surledge that? Because I did see a Surledge had performed well. Was that the same one? Yeah, that wasn't even Surledge. It was just Armor Rouge. Yeah, there wasn't even a single Surledge that made an appearance. I just assumed it was because I saw the char cadet. There was one that did decent. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, 56. Ethan's Ho-Oh and Armor Rouge. That is absolutely what they were just playing, was this deck here. The Wellspring Ogre Punt displays. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The Legacy Energy, yeah, they were playing this deck. Oh, Armor Rouge. I haven't seen that. That's really cool. Not a Spratha. Cool. Love Spratha. You had a... how'd they do? How'd they do? That's how... It looks like a pretty cool deck. Yeah, I could... Basic Pokemon in play have no abilities. Okay, that doesn't affect me. Do I want to prep a Dreepy? I mean, I kind of do for draw power. Next turn I can Ethan. I don't think that... I mean, they're not getting attack off next turn, I don't imagine, so I think this is okay. I think that's okay to set up some draw power. Yeah, it's a pretty cool deck. I like that. How consistent it would be, though. Against something like Raging Bolt, which I guess in your Raging Bolt matchup, you probably wouldn't lay down your Ho until you were ready. Because you're also probably not attacking with Wellspring there. That's so cool, the Luminous energy. That's really cool. But does it work for... Oh, because specifically Armor Rouge moves fire energy. Ethan's Ho-Oh attaches to basic fire energy. That's why I was like, that doesn't feel right. It's because the Armor Rouge doesn't specify its basic energy, that it's just fire energy. That's really sick. Never mind, he played Pult on the Switch Thursday night because I played him in RWMB, and he had Ho. Oh, interesting. Probably a last second, like, Alright, they've set up their acceleration, because this does attach, yeah. I think we go for the adventure here. Start establishing. I mean, because with Arven, like, we could get the secret box, I guess. I would establish a little, but it only throws away one at Ethan. No, I think it'd be better just to get this going here. Oh, I want to click all, Because to be fair, I 100% could not remember if Secret Box was prized or not, because I did not do a great job checking. I 1000% could not remember if Secret Box was prized or not, so I was very afraid to do that. 1000% is what that was me being like, I don't want to give them the Artisan, so I will not. I will not give them the Artisan. Oh, did your group get a Pokemon Center reservation? Did you get any spend too much money? Because I know my group did. We spent way too much money. League Headquarters only affects basics, right? Yeah, only affects basics. That's way too much. Yeah, it was a bit of a problem. There's too much cool stuff in there. Alright, well, how much damage do they hit for? 30 for each damage attached to both the active, or 30 plus, not 30 times, 30 plus. Only one of the backbug, but ended up with a big bag load. That's fair, that's fair. That's fair. Alright, we grab an adventure here. The secret box this turn. My secret box this turn. Probably will secret box this turn. What are you weak to? Are you weak to fire? You are weak to fire. Okay, so we get the knockout here. So that's pretty good. But I think we still will use the secret box here. I think I want to put out Artie. So let's grab Gravity Mountain just to have it. I don't think I need Vitality Band. I need Ethan's Adventure to actually attack. I don't need the Vitality Band because I'm actually going to knock out even without weakness. Let's grab a gear. I think just grab Bravery Charms just to have. Oh no, let's do this. Let's do that. I was like, actually, let's just throw away Gravity Mountain and TM Evo and get ourselves a Loke. That feels quite a bit better. Then we'll Ethan Adventure for a Typhlosion, an Energy, and a Quilava. Alright, feeling a lot better with how our setup has gone this game. Our board is a lot better established. We have better attackers set up. I don't care about giving them the Artisan here. We're going to give them this, the Artisan. We'll get our Cynical down. And we'll hit a Recon. We'll just grab the Switch in case we get stuck in active for some reason. Oh, I'm stupid. I forgot about their ability. I forgot about their stupid ability. Every time I play this Spratha deck, which I would say is 1 in every 50 games, I always forget their stupid ability. Every time. Every time. When I play this stupid deck. Every time. I like the simplicity of this deck. Ethan's such fun and dango that it was almost a play for me. I want to check that out as well, because that does also seem really interesting. I was just talking about how much I was liking my board state, and I just misattached that energy. That wasn't even a misplay to be like, oh no, I knew, like I attached it to set up my board state and then remembered what this deck does. I was wondering why they were hitting me with the thumbs up. That was something I was at least pretty good about during NAIC. I went in with the mindset of being like, before I do anything, read the stupid opponent's card. And I did! I read my stupid opponent's cards and I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was doing. We'll hit him with the Iono. Hopefully get myself some energy. Nope. You're kidding me. Okay, we can at least counter catcher. We can at least counter catcher. That's pretty good. I can at least take a prize card. I do like taking at least a prize card. Out here being so dumb. What prize card do I guess maybe kill the Flittle. I guess. Kill their other setup. They're gonna knock me either way, so probably get rid of the Artisan. Yeah, they're gonna kill me either way. Get rid of the Artisan. So that way they can't set up. 5-card hand is still like pretty decent, but man, what a misplay. What a misplay. You gotta read it. And the amount of times that I do it against Spratha, you think I'd remember by now. But again, because I almost never see this deck, always forget. Always forget. The unfair stamp, I don't really care. I didn't like the cards I had anyways. I mean, I did like that research. I did really like that Professor's Research. I can't lie. I can't lie. I really like that Professor's Research in hand. I can't even pretend to lie. I was a big fan of it being there. I was a big fan of it being there. Ultra Ball to get the Flittle. And an empty-handed research. Good for you. I'm not jealous. Chat, you're about to watch me go 0-2 at the start of stream. What a good way to start the stream, going 0-2. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. We just got to get good. That's all we got to do. We just got to lock in. Easy. Easy to lock in. Alright, they didn't grab another Flittle, so it might be prized. Oh, or they're just using up. They just wanted to use both their Buddy Paw. Never mind, that makes sense. Alright, we will absolutely promote the Badoo first to give myself free retreat. Hopefully we can draw into an energy so I can attack. If I can just get one energy and can attack, I'll be in a much better position. I'll feel much better about my life. I mean, boss is still okay. Boss is still okay. It's not what I want. Do I need to oh wait, I can Arvin for Stretcher actually. Hold up a second. Hold up a second. I'm cooking. I'm cooking. I'm cooking here. Give myself some stupid energy. And Buddy Blast. And Buddy Blast. Energy. Oh, Typhlosion. Typhlosion's a good one. How many times have they outed me so far? 3 times or just twice? 0 times. They've Ionoed me none. I could have sworn they had Ionoed me. No, it was an unfair stamp. That's what it was. I was like, I've definitely shuffled my hand. Because it was an unfair stamp. $30, $60, $90, $120, $150. Okay. Taking away the Artisan, I don't think was worth it. If we play this matchup again, we got to keep the Gravity Mountain. Which, I mean, they could have pushed the other energy there if they really wanted to. Yeah, I am pretty sure we just lose this. Purely because of how much energy we need. Hey, there's the Iono. Spoken into existence. Spoken into existence. Hey, but this is going to be this is a pretty solid hand to go into this next turn, though, so I am okay with that. I am okay with that. This is a really solid hand for this next turn. Yeah, that's why playing the Gravity Mountain to get rid of that from them just wasn't worth it, because it ended up putting me... They had the energy to still get there because they just needed to attach 1 energy, but it was not worth... It wasn't worth the play. Was not worth the play. We will Super Rod back. You. And we will research. And whiff it. We will research and whiff it. We also cannot Itchy Pollen because we don't have an energy. Wow, I love it here. This is so much fun. Yay! I love this. Wow, this is so much fun. What a fun time we're all having. What a great time. If they boss, I concede. There it is. That was a big throw on my part. That was a huge throw on my part. Smart tactics brought the home the win. No. Dumb tactics brought you the win. That's what I told every opponent after they beat me. I looked them in the eye. I said, thanks for the game. And I said, but just remember, you didn't win this game because you're better at me than Pokemon. You won this game because I'm worse than myself. Worse than myself doesn't really make sense there. You won this game because I made stupid choices. Do I want to go first? No, never. Never, ever. That's not true. Sometimes you want to go first. That's an okay start. Like, I'm okay starting Dreepy. The hand is not good, though. Would really love an Arven or a Buddy Poffin. Or even an Ethan's Adventure wouldn't be terrible. Ethan Adventure for 3 Cyndaquil wouldn't be awful. Whenever any player attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their basic non-water Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on it. Oh, okay, cool. Yikes. Yikes. I'm gonna Ultra Ball for Lumineon. Off the Lumineon, I'm gonna grab... I could Badoo them off the Ultra Ball. I mean, they already have the Hop's Choice Band, though, so then they just immediately kill me. We'll just grab the Cyndaquil. And then we could boss the Snorlax, because it doesn't give them free retreat, right? No, Post-Wake gives them plus 30. So if they play the Latias or a Switch, it's fine, but they only have a 3-card hand. They don't outplay you, you just downplayed yourself. Exactly. Exactly. I told every single one of my opponents, hey, don't think that you just beat some master of the game. You beat me, which is nothing. They're going to Nest Ball for Laddie. Speaking of dumb tactics, I got donked playing against Poison Moon, then proceeded to donk him twice. You donked the donk? You donked the donker? Let's go. I love that for you. I also was very, very happy. I just lose here. Fun fact. Fun fact, I just lose here. Unless I top deck. Artisan's kind of nice. We at least grab the Ethan's Typhlosion. We'll set up for our next turn, but boy, does this feel bad. We do have a prized Ethan's Adventure, which I didn't look for earlier. We're going to Ethan Adventure for 3 Cyndaquil. I think that's what we're going to do, just to really set up our bench. Really set up the bench here. And then I will switch and leave a Cyndaquil inactive. Actually, should I grab 1 energy to attach this Quilava? I should. I should grab 1 energy, because if board state stays how it is and they don't, like, twist me around, and I can Artisan. Oh, I can Artisan for the Badoo. Yeah, let's do that. That way they don't know what I'm doing. They don't think I'm just giving them a prize. Because I have the Typhlosion in hand. I don't care that it's an Itchy Pollen for 0. It turns off items for them. Second game mulligan 4 times. Yikes. Yeah, I was very lucky to avoid any... I didn't go up against a single bit of poison donk, which is good because there were not the Iron Bundle. They're gonna take 2 prizes. This is why you need the Bravery Charm for the Badoo. This is why you need the Bravery Charm for the Badoo. Oh wait, they aren't gonna take 2 prizes because they're only doing 60. No, they're doing 90 now. Never mind. They're doing 90 now. The store likes the additional. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine, chat. Everything is fine. It's not fine. It's really not fine. Everything is fine. Okay. Okay, we're cooking. How much damage am I doing right now? 200? Alright, the extra Ethan gets me there. Grab 2 and an energy. Only evolve 1 this turn. That's fine. Attach the energy. Artisan for... No! Shaman's prized? It's fine. It's fine. All their other Zacians are prized. Hop is fun to play. I did really enjoy Hop when it first came out. We did the Trio Ditto side event, and I built Hop Cynthia deck. We did a single Ditto booster, or not booster, a single Ditto pack battle. At least that's what it said. We paid $10, and the thing said you get 1 pack of Destined Rivals. Or I guess it didn't specify it was Destined Rivals. But then we sat down, and they gave us 2 packs, which was pretty cool. My best hit that I got was Team Rocket's Archer. I won my first game, lost my second game. And then on Sunday, I played in 3 sides to earn 100 tokens. And got myself 10 Destined Rivals packs. Man, I am bonded by the journey right now. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that. I sure am bounded by the journey. I grabbed the Kulava on purpose. Don't worry, I'm cooking. Don't worry. Before I cook though, I just want to double check. I was like, is Dracloak in there? Dracloak is in there. Okay. Don't worry, chat. I'm cooking. Evolve that. Or, Recon Directive. I would have loved to have been able to use Professor's Research, but we have it for next turn. I evolved Kulava this turn, right? Yeah. If you can't tell, I'm obviously dealing with some post-event sickness. Hey, there's my other one. You mostly grinded Gym Leader. I want to do some Gym Leader challenge. I have not built a Gym Leader challenge deck. I really want to build one. One of my local card shops does weekly Gym Leader challenges, so I really want to go to some of those because I think that'd be a lot of fun to do. The only misplay I can remember doing is Cypher Maniacing the minor running. No! Oh no! I almost did that myself once, and then as I was about to say it, I was like, and I will, and as I looked down, I saw my Cypher sitting there in my discard pile, and I go, I'll pass. I'll pass. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. Really sucks that, I don't even think you need... Actually, you do need the extra 20 damage. I'm lying. You do need that extra 20 damage. Yeah. How many... I'm sorry. How many do you... How many of these do you play? How many of these are you playing? Yeah, I was like, I don't think they need the extra 20 damage, but then I was like, all the math here, they actually for sure do not need the extra 20 damage. Yeah, I just lose here. But it's okay, chat. We played our hearts out. We played our hearts out here, and that's what matters most. The journey started today. How many Cynic Pools do I have in the discard? 3 and 1's inactive. Alright, we'll throw away that fire energy. Yeah, I was kind of hoping for a... I mean, they don't have anything established on the board, so, I mean, there is a world where we aren't cooked. There is a world where we aren't cooked. Wait a second. Fickle Spitting, if your opponents have 3 or 4 prize cards, this does nothing. We counter Catcher the Latias. Hold up a second. Hold up a second. We're cooking. We counter Catcher the Latias and we take 2 prizes. Just so that way I can say it was closer than it was. Is there a world where we kill the monkey? Because if they do another, if they push 20 over, that's 40, 60, 70. If they have another Rockets Bomb, which I'm sure they do. So actually, I think we kill the monkey. I actually think we kill the monkey. Isn't it Lax? Well, the Lax, they... Oh, they only need 1 energy from it because they do have the Hop's Choice Band. I forgot the Hop's Choice Band does minus... I forgot the Hop's Choice Band does minus by 1. I did forget the Hop's Choice Band does minus by 1. Because, I mean, if they have another bomb, you know, that's good for them. If you got another bomb, you know, good for you. Good for you if you got another bomb. Oh, I did forget how that works. Where was my picnic basket when I needed it? The discard pile. Had the Ultra Ball for it. They're gonna grab themselves a Rocket Bomb. No, but that only puts them to 80, actually. Hold up a second. That's only 80. That's not 90, that's only 80. But it doesn't matter. They just grab Nest Ball or Night Stretcher. They just get Zacian out and they kill. That's literally all they need. Is just Zacian. Team Rocket's Bomb. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. Team Rocket's Bomb. Boss's Order. What are you doing? What are you cooking? What are you cooking? And Postwick. Why are you cooking so poorly? Chat, what are you doing? Chat, what are they doing to me right now? What are they doing? I guess they did use their 3 Nest Balls, so I guess they didn't have a way to search out the Zacian. They overcooked. Chat, they overcooked. Alright, just top deck boss. Just literally top deck boss. That's all we have to do is just top deck boss. All you gotta do is just top deck boss. Okay, that wasn't boss. That wasn't boss. I'm trying to think if there's anything to Buddy Poffin. I guess we could... Because what if they're at the top of the deck? We'll never know. 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 Chat, that's why we didn't top deck the boss. That's why we didn't top deck the boss right there. That's why we didn't top deck... Because I used a boss and the other boss is prized. I used a boss and the other boss is prized. But chat, I'm sure you're wondering... Wait, never mind. I was like, I could redeemable ticket. Redeemable ticket puts it to the bottom. Yeah. Cool. Cool. I did play myself. I did play myself. I did play myself. That's okay, though. That's okay, though. That's okay, though. That's okay, though. Does Stretcher get me anything? No, right? Like, I mean, if they could still end up whiffing it, how many bombs have they used? They've used 3 bombs. They've used 3 bombs. Yeah, I think they just got it. They just got it. Good for them. Good for them. I mean, they might not have it, but probably they have it. The boss doesn't super matter, though, because they don't have an attacker. Because their win here is just getting the other bomb. Which they didn't have in hand because they would have used both last turn to win. They had another nest ball. Why, they misplayed last turn. What are they doing? Okay, they just misplayed last turn. They had the game last turn. I thought they did. I thought it was weird that they only played 3 nest balls in a deck that primarily operates off of basic Pokemon. The Iono probably still could have been better there. Iono to 1 probably still would have been the stronger play, but you would have won if you Bravery Charmed. No, Bravery Charm only affects basics. And Loke is a stage 1. Ba-da-ba-dum. Alright, opponent. What deck do we think they're playing? What could they possibly be on? With this rocket coin. Zoro? I did play in one of the side events. I played against someone playing a single prize Team Rockets deck with the Crobat EX, which is a 2 prizer, but when you attack, it gets put back into your hand, which I thought was pretty cool. Hey, they're playing the Porygon Team Rockets deck. Wow, 4 mulligans. Hey, I'll take that. Only 1 adventure? Really? You couldn't just give me all 4 adventures? Big day for me. Big gaming happening now. Big gaming happening right now. I gotta build me a Team Rockets deck just because I keep pulling too many cool Team Rockets cards. I have the secret rare of the Protean and now of the Archer. The secret rare, is that the right terminology? I feel like that's not the right terminology. Oof! 2 prized Cyndaquils. And a prized Dreepy. What is that about? What is that about? Tell me all my time. Okay, all my adventures are here. That's interesting. Some interesting pricing. Yeah, I think we switched Dreepy into active TM Evo my 2 guys. I think we just TM Evo the 2 guys. If I had other things there, I'd feel a lot cooler about this. Would have probably used Ethan's adventure. Not this one, but when I pull off the secret box. But I mean, I might still... probably not. Put the Iono. Or wait, energy. You legit don't know TCG terms? Wait, what term do you not know? We'll pull the Redeemable Ticket just to have it in hand, I think, but I don't want it right now. So I want to get all my adventures out first. Which theoretically I do next turn if both of these dudes evolve, and then I could Redeemable Ticket and get the other Cyndaquils down. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Switch into you. Play you. Play you. Yeah, if I just had another Cinequil. I don't know that I want to Ethan's Adventure right now, because I don't want to put all that stuff into my hand. There's no reason to put it into my hand for. Because then it messes up my TM Evo if I put a Cinequil or a Quilava into my hand. I already have energy and Typhlosion. I'd rather hold it and potentially use it off an Ultra Ball to get a Drakloak. Just play Quad Arbok. You might as well. You might as well. Secret Arts, SIRs, and all that. SIRs are special illustration rares, which is full arts. I guess is a term that isn't really used as much anymore because it used to be at full arts. I don't know when IRs got introduced, which are illustration rares. So an IR is like this Crustal here. This Crustal is an illustration rare. But if it was a Crustal EX, which doesn't, as far as I know, exist off the top of my head, then it would not be a Crustal EX. It would instead be, or it wouldn't be an IR because it's a Crustal EX. It would be a special illustration rare. All right, that's all my Ethan's Adventures. So now I can redeemable tickets. Get my Cinequils out. Maybe pull a second Typhlosion to have them ready. Evolve 2 here. Evolving 2 here feels pretty good, because I can't evolve the Quilava right now anyways. It would just be held in my hand. So that feels pretty good. This is a single prize deck over here anyway, so it doesn't matter what I kill. Obviously, I would rather kill the Porygon, because the Porygon is what their main attacker is, but I have no way to move it around anyways. Gravity Mountain doesn't help me in this matchup, so we're gonna get rid of it. I'm gonna keep an Ethan's Adventure because I don't need it for damage. But I do potentially need it next turn to grab my Evos and to grab another energy, so I'm gonna hold it in hand. Hey, there's another energy. Cool. I do have questions. Why Gravity Mountain aren't you a second stage Pokemon? It's true. Gravity Mountain makes all second stage Pokemon have 30 less HP. Typhlosion is a stage 2 Pokemon, but think about it. Of the big stage 2 Pokemon that you play against, Dragapult, Gardevoir, Charizard, all of those Pokemon easily hit 170 damage. You know, Dragapult hits it for its 200 hit. Gardevoir hits 190 without even factoring in Monkey Dories. Charizard hits 180 without even factoring in prize cards. So they're already knocking you out at 170. So giving them 140 doesn't really matter, but it decreases their HP, which makes it a little bit easier for us. Makes it a little bit easier for us. And we don't use it in every matchup. You saw how last matchup it was real bad of me to use it. Right now we have an interesting choice to make. No, it's not an interesting choice. It's a regular choice. It's a dumb choice, because I can get my Ethan's Adventure back pretty easily. Yeah, real easy. I can get my Ethan's Adventure back. Shaman doesn't do anything. I would love to. Ionoing them to 5. We'll save that Iono for later, I think. Mies thinks. Grab a Quilava. Play a Quilava. Bond myself to a journey, to an Ethan's Adventure. What do I have in here right now? 2 more energy and another Quilava. So I think I'll grab 2 Quilava. Or 2 energy, 1 Quilava, and just go and evolve the Quilava. I know I could rare Candy to Typhlosion, but I think I'll save that for like a late game. I need to do a comeback. Right now their board state is pretty bad. I don't know what their 5 cards are, so it could get really good really quickly, but at least right now. At least right now, they don't have a second attacker because they need 1 more energy for this to do an attack. And it does 20 damage for each Team Rocket, 20 times. So right now they're doing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, I don't know what math I just did. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 30. Is a lot. 180. No, that's not right. Yeah, no, that is right. So basically, they get the knockout. They get the knockout is what my math was. But it's only 20 times for Archman for the... No, is it 20 times for each level? It is 20 times for each level. Let's Porygon 1 do. Porygon 1 just does that. 200 because they play an additional one. Oh, wait, no, it's for each... No, it is supporter card. I was like, wait, does it count the transceiver? No. But they discarded one. They discarded one. Yeah, so not a ton we can do here. This might just be a straight up loss until they win. If they whiff energy here, that is kind of our win con here, is them whiffing the energy. Let me recon before I Arven. Super Rod. And I can always grab an energy later. Can always grab an energy later. Due to a Night Stretcher. Part of me kind of wants to put Badoo down for having my own, like, free retreater. I don't know that I'll ever end up using them, but might be better. Might be better to have here. I just need them to whiff one turn, so that way I feel a little bit more comfortable. I mean, we do have the prize lead here, but I can't keep this going for the 3 more prizes I need. So I need them to whiff one turn, but they don't whiff it, unfortunately. Unfortunately, they do not whiff it. What is their energy looking like? Alright, they've used 3 of their rocket energy. Okay, well, we could play them to a deck out. It could be fun. Don't Iono them. It's the war of the single prizers. Alright, please give me Professor's Research. Okay, we're Picnic Basket. Or Picnic Basket. Oh, I just lose. Okay, wait, we have another chance. It's not Jover yet. We have another chance to hit the Professor's Research. Because I also need energy. Okay, wait. The dream is still alive. Let's go. We got the research. Oh no, but we lose the rare candy. Oh wait, and I already played Arven. I already played Arven. The dream is dead. Did they just thumbs up me? Did they just thumbs up me right here? How dare they? How dare they? Wow, really? You just have it all. I mean, I'm not surprised that you have that, though, to be fair. You haven't played a single Giovanni. And you have your entire deck in your hand. So I mean, that's not overly surprising. Right? It's not overly surprising. Also, they will not deck out because they'll draw a card, take a knockout, draw a card. Good for them, you know? Oh wait, the dream is still alive. Wait a second, the dream is still alive. Chat, the dream is still alive. The dream is still alive. I can take a knockout here, which is fun, but that's all we're doing is taking a knockout here. Is the counter catcher worth anything? No, right? It's definitely not worth anything because I mean, they're already set up, so it's definitely not worth anything. Almost assuredly not worth anything. And what are the 3 cards left in my deck? Cool. So I can't win. I have 3 cards left in my deck. They kill my Typhlosion next turn because they already have it on board to kill my Typhlosion. Cool. I mean, I could go for a stall play here. I think that's actually my win con is stall. But I mean, they have their entire deck in their hand. They have thrown away not a lot of energy, but I think my win con is stall. And it is not a good one. They're gonna thumbs up me. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for the thumbs up? Oh no, they're gonna go. What are you playing? What are you hitting me with the confusion for? What else do you expect me to do here? You've got like literally your entire deck in your hand. Aw, you still go for the Giovanni? Wow, that's so rude of you. You attached the energy just to show me you could. I need them to misplay by drawing energy, or by drawing an additional card for some reason. Alright, well, even the worst Team Rocket's deck, we have just lost to. That's pretty funny. Even the worst Team Rocket's deck, I just lost to. I'm on a bad losing streak right now, chat. It's not a good time. I don't know who hurt me. Myself, obviously. Alright, there you go. Take your win. If you click more than one button, I concede and you don't get to click your win. Thank you. Yeah, we whiffed the energy that one turn and lost the prize race, and as soon as we lost the prize race, it's over. As soon as we lose the prize race, it's over. There's nothing you can do. Although it's kind of fun to do single prize deck versus single prize deck. That's, you know, you don't really see that anymore in this meta. I'm gonna blame it on my first night playing this deck. You know what? I actually wanted to cancel. I wanted to cancel so badly. I wanted to change the deck. That's my issue. I need to change the deck. Not the deck I'm playing. I'm still gonna play Ethan's Adventure, but I want to change some cards on it. I want to increase some consistency. I liked the Pokegears initially, but I feel like we've had every supporter when we've needed it, so I think the gears can be, especially because we can get the Ethan's Adventures pretty easily. I mainly put the gears there for when I want to reach for like a boss or something. But for the most part, like, we haven't ever had to make that reach. So I think I do want to change out the gears to something to help the consistency. So that's what I need to determine here, is what that piece would be. What's something that I wanted? Okay, Garchomp. Cool. How many adventures? Ooh, one is prized. Okay, just one is prized. That's not bad. My redeemable ticket is prized. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not really that concerned. It was more of a goof to be concerned, more than anything else. More of a goof to be concerned. Yeah, what would I want to add? I mean, maybe some sort of energy search. Maybe just straight, like, not Earthen Vessel. I don't feel like Earthen Vessel is what I want, because I mean, Earthen Vessel, Ethan's Adventure, feels kind of bad. So maybe just straight up regular energy search, just to be able to find an energy when I need it. Low key? A second rod? No, I feel like a second rod's bad. I feel like if you're getting to the point where I'm having to recover that much, then I've already lost the game. If I'm having to recover that much, I've already lost the game. So probably not that. I think this is an Ethan's Adventure turn. Evolve, Ultra Ball. Actually, if we get a rare candy here, we could just swing and kill Spirit Tomb. Yeah, let me recon and gear. Because if I can find Arvin... Yeah. I just want to make sure the rare candy is here. Maybe the second candy is the play. You know? Maybe I'm the goof. Maybe the second candy is the play. Maybe the second candy is the play. Do I just want the rare candy here, or do I want... I don't need the vitality band yet, but I'll just pull it out. Do I want the second candy, or do I want... No, secret box isn't here. I don't have enough to discard. We'll just take the rare candy. I mean, I can bought it by the journey, but I don't want to get rid of my Iono and vitality. Yeah, I just wouldn't have had enough to discard there. That's pretty good. 100 damage to knock this out. That feels fine. That feels fine. And the Spirit Tomb is kind of a rough part about this matchup, because the Spirit Tomb... Hey, my redeemable ticket, so I can get my other adventure out. Nice. The Spirit Tomb, the Raging Curse, attack does 10 damage for every damage counter on all your bench Cynthia's Pokemon. So, I mean, as soon as I damage, like, one of their Garchomps, it's kind of Jover there. I really do like that this deck, like the Garchomp has a free retreat. Like, that's really cool. That's not sarcasm. That is really cool. Yeah. I've played against this deck a couple times with Ethan's Typhlosion, and I have beat it every time. I am surprised they just grabbed the Prime Catcher. What are you planning to Prime here? Are you just giving me? Okay. What? Okay, they wanted to take the 100 knockout. I mean, that makes sense. Sucks for them to have to have used the Prime Catcher then. But whatever. Whatever. We're going to attach that. Well, I owe them to 5 because I have a pretty dead hand otherwise. I mean, I'll get the Ethan back no matter what. So it could be worth it to go ahead and Ethan and hit for 160 instead. Have a second one primed and ready to go. I don't know. I kind of like that. Their board state otherwise isn't super strong, and if they need a second energy to hit 260, but also having the monkey, but if they commit an energy to the monkey, they aren't taking the knockout because that's only 160. So yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I've already used my candy, so I need to go ahead and set up the other one. Will evolve to a Quilava. Bought by the journey. Right. I don't think the 170 matters. I don't think the 170 matters, but we'll still hit 170. So the unredeemable ticket to get the adventure out for next turn. Hit the 170. I don't know. It's awkward with as much health as Garchomp has. What is Garchomp's weakness? Grass? Because if they have the second energy, they get the knockout. Megan Frick, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Would you just throw away Darkness Energy and Watchtower? Because Watchtower doesn't do anything. Throwing away Darkness Energy is interesting. Okay. Oh, okay, they had the second one. Okay, never mind. They're good. Actually, I don't think they needed second Roserade. I think they already had the knockout because the Roserade does plus 30 damage. I forgot about that when I was looking at the board state. It already does plus 30, so the darkness energy is enough. Did they just misplay there? They didn't even move damage over. Oh no, they did. It skipped it on my end. I didn't see them move the 30 damage over. Obviously they did, but I didn't see it pop up, but it might have been when I was looking at someone else. Hitting 160, which is 300. Ew, I don't think I actually hit enough here. It's pretty unfortunate. Pretty unfortunate here. We do not take the knockout. Did that extra 30 matter? I don't think it did, right? No, the extra 30 didn't matter. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. I needed an extra adventure away earlier. Hang him! They might retreat and attack with Spirit Tomb here, actually. Because the Spirit Tomb does get the knockout. Is there a world where this deck plays Jamming Tower? I don't think so, right? Like, how much does this add anyways? Let's add plus 70, maybe. I mean, it helps with this matchup. But I think that's really the only matchup where it would help. I also want to use my Vitality Band. It's unfortunate. I mean, we are still there is still potential for win here. I mean, we bossed this guy. We're just in a really bad board state. We're in a very, very bad board state. I think we Picnic Basket, healed 30 because we're hitting for 220 anyways, so that damage doesn't matter. So let's just heal the damage off my end. Boss you. I don't have any other Cinequils in deck. So, but stretching just to grab a Cinequil doesn't feel that great. So I only have one more Typhlosion in deck. So maybe we'll hold the Stretcher for now. Part of me kind of wants Badoo for the pivot ability, but if I ever leave damage over there, that's just a free prize card for them. Just a free prize card for them. Let's just knock it out. Man, I'm having such a bad night of games. Here's the secret box. I don't think that really helps me, though. What does this do? 20? Okay, they're just gonna Itchy Paw at me, which is fine. I think we'll definitely play the Iono here. Okay, I can Artisan and grab my own Badoo now though, because I have my Bravery Charm in hand. Iono's supposed to 3. Okay, nothing super helpful there. But I only need a two prizer. But I mean, their 2 prizer I can't really reach. I was hoping to put Boss in my hand for next turn, because right now they still are just a Gibble. They aren't even the Gabite yet. And so I'm hoping they whiff that. They're taking a long time to decide here who they want to push up, so I'm hoping that means that hand is a pretty dead one. I mean, if I was them not knowing their hand, I think you just push the Monkey here. Because the Monkey's the only free, like, not free retreat, the only thing you already have an energy, like, set up on 2 retreat if you don't have energy in hands. But, I mean, whatever you send up is going to get killed unless you have Rare Candy. I don't know what their thought process is here. Maybe they Alt-F forward. How goes Pokemon TCG? It's been good. I've had a rough night. I've made some dumb plays. This is my first time playing this deck today. I'm really wanting to test it because I think it is a fun deck. And it's a pretty straightforward, easy deck too, but I'm also making dumb decisions with it. Making really dumb decisions. I think they either lost connection or Alt F forward. So we have 1-1 chat. Let's go. We are gonna have to sit here for a couple minutes though as the game decides what to do with them. I gotta put a lot of thought into it. This is something I wish they would change in the game. I wish it would sooner test for what the opponent being inactive. I wish it would check for that faster. I don't know if it would have been faster just to pass there. Maybe it's a lot. Yeah, I should have just passed. Because the timer that actually is going to end the game would have started faster. Because I don't think the timer for the push-up here causes the inactivity. I think it's once they have to have a Pokemon inactive. And then they don't attack for 2 turns in a row or do anything. Hey, there we go. Opponent was inactive. So they either lost connection, or they just closed the app, and it didn't detect the leaving. Alright, I want to make a couple changes here. I don't think the gears are super helpful. I like the idea of the gears, but I don't think they're adding a whole lot of assistance. I don't know. I do kind of like the second candy. I think it is kind of helpful in late game. And what was the other thing I wanted? I wanted one more thing. What was it? I remember what the other thing I wanted was. I still like the 2-2 for Dreepy Dracloak. I think that's fine. I still think 5 energy is fine. Oh, energy search. That's what it is. I was like, it has to do with energy, but I can't remember why. I think I just want to add just a straight up energy search. Yeah. Just for searching out an energy when I need it. And there's been multiple times where it would have been nice to have an easy search energy, like even off the secret box, being able to grab something like search energy. Now, it could be Earthen Vessel, could be better, but I think it's easy enough to get Ethan's Adventures into the discard pile, but I don't know. And there aren't many other things I want to discard in this deck other than the Ethan's Adventure. Alright, my opponent shall go first. And we shall immediately mulligan and tell them exactly what we're playing. Show them immediately the deck they are playing against. We should be getting to 1100 soft resets tonight, though. It's only 16 more to go. This person's putting a lot of thought into that basic Pokemon. And you know on their side right now, they've got 6 item cards and 1 basic Pokemon. You know good and well they don't have a second basic Pokemon in their hand. Well... They took their mulligan, and they are playing Maybe that's why they took so long to select it. They just truly didn't want to put out the Pheasantipity. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. I think one of the biggest things that this deck specifically struggles with is like a late game cleanup, like a Blood Moon Ursaluna style. But I also feel like Blood Moon would not be good in this deck, because if you start it, you're kind of just screwed. And I like being a true single prize deck. I think that's really fun. I think it's just kind of neat. I could put Badoo out. But to get Badoo, I would have to use my energy search to get Badoo, so I actually don't like that. I actually don't like that. I take it back. I don't like that. And I don't even have a worthwhile... That sucks. I don't even have a worthwhile supporter to play. I just got this stupid boss. Alright. Maybe they have a dead hand. And they just pass right back to me. Okay, or they have a Curlia. Maybe I'll top deck Rare Candy. If I top deck Rare Candy, we're actually not in that bad of a spot. Top decking Rare Candy would actually feel pretty good. Because I Ultra Ball for the... Stupid. Oh, speaking of Badoo, I did at the Pokemon Center. I did buy a Badoo. Wait, you can't see it because of the mic. I did buy a Badoo. I did buy myself a Badoo. Yeah, chat. Man, what did we top deck there? Was it the Ultra Ball? Yeah, it was the Ultra Ball. Cool. Cool. No doubt. The Guardy matchup is actually pretty decent. Because it's pretty easy for us to reach for 310 damage. But this was not the best start. Their board state isn't great right now, though. Just 2 Curlias, a Badoo, and a Fez. Having the Fez down is what makes their board state not that great. But I mean, it's going to be pretty easy for them to grab the pieces they need. They're going to grab the Guardy here. And that's why I'm like, Guardy is just a good deck. It just is. It just is. So it's going to be pretty easy for them to get into a good spot. So yeah, honestly, what I want to top deck here is Quilava or Ethan's Adventure. Okay, Iono's actually fine here. I kind of had a dead hand, and now I have a good hand. The Badoo kind of sucks, though, because I can't Ultra Ball the second Ethan's Adventure away. But it's fine. We'll just play a little slower. We're just going to play a little slower here. I just went from 190 to 192, so off this reset, I'm not going to press the increase. I pressed it twice on accident. Oh, hold up a second. They're not going for a Badoo? Why? Why are you not going... What? Why are you speeding up? You've clearly seen that I kind of did not have anything. Why would you start attacking? That feels bad for you. Feels bad for you. Why would you not just keep Badooing me? Because as long as I'm Badooed, I can't Rare Candy. Interesting. It's an interesting choice. Interesting choice. I mean, obviously they're taking a prize card, so it works out for them. I just think it's interesting that they decided to go that route. Rare Candy? Never a Rare Candy when I want it. I think we'll probably Ultra Ball the 2 adventures away. Right? That feels good. For a Dry Cloak. Maybe not both of them away, in case I whiff the other piece that I need. I need an Arvin. Or just the Rare Candy. The Rare Candy may be better. That way I can still play an adventure. Or... actually, no matter what I attack with, because I do 40 damage. 40 damage is all I need right here. And they're going to take the knockout anyways. I just need a single prize anyways. So we play the adventure no matter what. We actually don't need the Rare Candy. We actually don't need the Rare Candy. The Rare Candy just gets us, the Rare Candy just gets us, an attack into, like, Guardy, but I mean, we don't have enough pieces to get the Guardy attack. Thanks for the follow there, Shiny. Hope you're having a great day. Where are we? 2 adventures. Grab a Loke. Grab those. Grab the Loke. Because we don't have the Rare Candy here, I still don't have enough to push anything. And I don't feel confident with the Professor's Research right here. I don't think I need Victini in this matchup. I don't think I need the extra 10 damage. I definitely don't need it right now. But the 40 damage is all I need here for the knockout, which is at least 1 prize. 1 prize is all I really need right now. So I'll take 1 prize. I'll put the final Ethans in my hand. I could put it into the discard pile right now with the Ultra Ball, but I don't think that's really worth it for anything, so we won't do that. Let's knock out Drifloon. Just knock it out. Take our first prize, and at least we're doing something. At least we're doing something. You know?
Water.
Water! I'll drink some water.
Water. Water. Water.
Long ago, the 4 nations were surrounded by water. Everything changed when they drank water. Alright, best case scenario here. Best case. They itchy pollen me, I top deck boss. That's all I'm saying. It actually isn't that. I mean, I can't kill the Guardy because I need the Gravity Mountain to get the Guardy, but I can kill the Fez, which would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, I think I add 3 Monkey Dories and 3 Luminous Energy, and I think that's what actually. This deck actually could play Luminous Energy. I mean, well, Ethan's Adventure only grabs basic fire energy, so never mind. I'm lying. I'm lying. Can't do that. You just want to put Monkey Dory into every deck, because why not, you know? Why not? Yo, don't put a Screamtail on your bench. That's cringe. Chat, I forgot to put Shaman down. Oh no. Oh no. They're taking advantage of me not putting Shaman down. They're probably just going to kill the Dracloak, which of all the things for them to kill, that's fine with me. Of all the things for you to kill off my bench, that's fine with me. Because now, theoretically... do I need the extra 10 damage? I don't think I do, right? Because I would just hit 300. Alright, we'll put Shaman down just to protect our bench. Actually, I don't think I'll evolve because I could just kill this easy. I have a dead Cyndaquil. I think we just Ethan's Adventure. Get a second energy, attach it here. We evolve this guy, have him prepped. I mean, or we could just evolve them both. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter to just have them all prepped. Because that is all 4 Ethans in the discard. Gives us some additional damage here. We do have the candy back, so I could Stretcher and put Cynical back, or I could Stretcher. I could Stretcher and put back Dreepy. I think we'll do that because I have a Luke in hand. So let's put Dreepy back. Let's Buddy Blast. Buddy Blast! Activate! Secret Box, that's a good top deck. They're gonna Iono us though, but or not a good top deck, that's a good prize. They're gonna Iono us, they still have like 35 of them to use, so. I don't know. Oh, I do know. I was like, why did they promote the Guardy? They promoted the Guardy so that way they could damage on it for the monkey to push, since they need to leave the damage on the Drift Limb for the Drift Limb to do its full damage. They'll push this probably to the Dreepy or the Shaman. Yeah. I was like, one of the two. They're going to push it to something with low health. Yeah, this is where it becomes a little bit awkward. Man, I do think, though, if they don't Iono us, I think we do run the secret box and just, like, establish some board stuff. I think we just get a boss, and I think we kill their Guardy. I feel like we just kill their Guardy. Right? The boss is in here. I think we just kill Guardy. Because we're doing 280. We're doing 290 with Victini. Wait, let me just check that. Yeah, Gravity Mountain's in there. I think we just kill Guardy. We just kill Guardy. This. Vitality Band doesn't do anything. Although the redeemable ticket also doesn't do anything. No, we keep the Buddy Poffin. We keep the Buddy Poffin. We keep the Buddy Poffin. So that way we can put Cynicals back in the deck. So that way I can put a Cynical down. We could counter Catcher here though. That's kind of the thing. We could counter Catcher. I could put Boss in hand for next turn, forcing the Iono. I don't like to force the Iono, so we could just instead grab Arven. I think that's better. Leave the 2 Boss in deck. If the Iono us, is more likely of a chance of us grabbing the Iono. Because I think we do need to get the Super Rod going. I think that is pretty important. I think that's pretty important to get going. Alright, Super Rod for Cyniquil. I already have a Typhlosion. We have a Typhlosion in deck. Aqualava. I don't think we need the energy, because the energy I actually want there, so that way I can easily grab it. Kind of with the Typhlosion as well. We're going to take 2 prizes here. So I think I really only need 1 more Cyniquil set up. But just in case they do something weird, maybe I want the second one. We'll put the second one in there just in case they do something weird. And then we'll Buddy Poffin for Cyniquil. Cause yeah, I do have 3 energy there. I was like, I'm pretty sure I do. Pretty sure I counted my energy. Pretty sure I counted my energy. Energy search for the energy. Attach the energy. Bravery, Charm the Shaman. Recon Directive. The Iono. Actually, probably the Team Eva might have been better just to attach it. Okay. Just to attach it to get rid of it out of the deck. Probably would have been better. Alright, feeling pretty good with this. They are going to get... I mean, they have a knockout with Drift Bloom, no matter what here. Even the Gravity Mountain, again, doesn't matter. They already were hitting 190. But they can get themselves another Guardian, get more energy in their discard, which is pretty good. They got 6 energy to work with here. 4 of which is Psychic Energy. So they are not in a bad spot. It is going to take them 3 turns to get enough damage. Because even with Monkey Dory, unless they establish a second monkey, they just won't be able to push enough damage to get a 2-turn round. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a great... Yeah, they bumped the mountain. I mean, we obviously send the Quilava. There's not a world where we don't. Ultra Ball. Does get us the Typhlosion, right? Is it in there? The Typhlosion is in there, okay. Then we could Recon Direct it potentially for a boss's order for game. Potentially a boss's orders for game? Potentially a boss's order for game? Just give me boss for game. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I could Arven here for a stretcher, because I do still have one more stretcher. But I don't know if I'm going to need the Typhlosion or if I'm going to need the energy. Actually, I do need the Typhlosion. It's 100% the Typhlosion is what I need, because I don't have a second... I don't have a second Typhlosion in here. And I have 2 energies, so let's just remove stuff from the deck. It's 1000% the Typhlosion that I need. Alright, what can they do? Again, they don't really have any way to take a second prize here this turn unless they establish a second monkey does get them game this turn. A second Monkey Dory allows them to push 60 energy, which oh no, never mind. That's only 80 still. It's only 80 still. So they actually cannot take 2 prizes this turn. They can easily take 1, though. I was expecting the Iono, but we're gonna get Iono'd into Professor's Research, and it's gonna be fine. Be fine. All you need. All you need is a Professor's Research. Bam, bam, bam. Now, I do think their best play is to attack with the Gardevoir. Because I only need 1 prize, but I don't hit 310 unless I have my Gravity Mountain. So I think Gardevoir inactive is their best play. They move this 60 damage to Dracloak to, no matter what, lock in the fact that next turn they win. They didn't have the second energy. They didn't have the second energy, meaning I no longer require the Gravity Mountain. But I do need to shuffle the deck. And I need to increase my odds of hitting Typhlosion and energy. So let's increase those odds, shall we? Let's increase those odds, shall we? 7 cards left in deck. One of them is the card I need. Sad day. Sad day. Barely whiffed it. Barely whiffed it. So unfortunate. How deep was it? I want to know. I want to know how many cards down it was. Do I want a 4th Typhlosion? Right? No. 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 Yes, maybe? Do I want a 4th Typhlosion? I think I do. I think I do want a 4th Typhlosion. Well, I mean, I guess if you're rare candying 1, you don't need the 4th. Never mind, I'm stupid. I don't need a 4th Typhlosion, I just need to play better. I don't need a 4th Typhlosion. I don't. Trying to think what I could have done better in that game. Other than just, like, having better, like, opening hands. Stuff that I could have controlled that I could have done better. I think for the most part, we did play the strongest game we could there. I mean, getting Shaman established early, that was a bit of a misplay. Not putting them down immediately when I got the Artisan and establishing another Dreepy, or another Cinequil when I was in a pretty okay position. It would have kept my Drakloak online. Late game, I could have had 2 Drakloaks set up for better draw power. I think that's kind of where I misplayed at. But hey, that is why we play these games, because we learn. And Ethan's Typhlosion, it's a fun deck, but I don't think it's you know, the next BDF. It does get some help in the new format when we get Black Bolts and White Flare, because of the Brave Bangle is at least what it's called right now. The attacks that the Pokemon this card is attached to, excluding Pokemon with a rule box, do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So that means basically you no longer need the Gravity Mountain. You just attach the Brave Bangle and you're doing plus 30 damage. Ethan's Dragapult, that's the next thing I want to look into. I want to look into Ethan's Dragapult. Because here's the sad truth. The decks that win are Gardevoir and Dragapult. Gardevoir and Dragapult have a proven track record. Obviously the people who are playing those decks and who are winning are really well-rounded players. So obviously they're going to perform well because they know what they're doing, but they also know what they're doing when they decide on their deck choice. And the fact that all the really good players are choosing to play these decks kind of tells you something about the archetype of the deck. But I wanted to play around with this because I do think this is kind of a fun deck, and since I pulled this, I was like, well, I gotta play Ethan's Typhlosions. What are your thoughts on the Marcargo? I have not played it myself. I have played against it a couple times. My current thoughts are it's interesting. Because it can do some cool damage, it can do some cool things. I would need to play it a little bit, or see it more. I've only seen it twice, and it was on TCG Live. So like and it was when I was, you know, still climbing up to Master Ball. So like I was misplaying, they were misplaying, we were trying out new cards. So I definitely want to see more of it. But yeah, I do like Ethan. I do like Ethan. I do want to definitely try the Dragapult build. I do indeed want to try the Dragapult build. That's going to be it for me, chat, because if you can't tell, I am still a little stuffed up from all the travel to NAIC. I do plan to upload my NAIC kind of vlogish video at some point. I haven't started working on it yet. I need to start working on it, but I'm just really bad at remembering to do things. But I will be off stream tomorrow, because I gotta get caught up on, you know, like cleaning the place that I live. But I will be back live Friday night. Friday night for some more TCG, 8 p.m. EST. I want to play at least some version of Dragapult on Friday. I don't know what version. Obviously, Towards deck is really good, but I don't know. I always, especially, this is just a me thing. I feel weird when I just take the best deck build, because I also know that I'm not going to play it as well as like these great deck builders, but I do think it is a really good build. So I kind of want to play around with Towards list and see what I can do. But no matter what, I do at least want to try a Dragapult build, maybe an Ethan Dragapult, which I don't think... Did any Ethan's Dragapults perform? Because I know only 2 Typhlosions made it to day 2. But did any Pult Typhlosions make it to day 2? I don't think they did. I don't think they did. Or just no one was playing it. No one may have been playing it. A lot of Pult Zard made it to day 2, though. So maybe we'll try out some Pult Zard. It's been a while since I've played Charizard. I don't know, maybe we'll play around with that. Ho-Oh's Armarouge also seems really interesting. And Eevee Box. I really want to play around with Eevee Box as well. I think Eevee Box is a pretty fun deck. I played against it during Sides and I really liked it. No, not a single one did. That's not to say it's bad. That could just be that no one built it. Or the people who did build it just didn't make day 2. But I do want to play around with Eevee Box as well. That's my next like deck that I really want to like build and play. I don't know. So we will see what we see when we see it. But yeah, I'll be back live then. If you haven't already, please feel free to go subscribe over to the YouTube channel. Got some just regular Pokemon content coming out there, playing through Pokemon Unbound. Planning to play through relatively soon, uploading over there, playing through the original Pokemon TCG games for the Game Boy. I believe there's 2 of those, so I'm going to play through those at some point. As well as always posting some random shorts when I do happen to find packs and actually get to open packs. And I enjoy posting them there. If you didn't, definitely go check out the couple of YouTube shorts from NAIC. Opening up a Surging Sparks from the Pokemon Center, as well as all of my Sides winnings. But I think that was much right now tonight. It's been a buddy blast. That's all right. I'm gonna leave now. Have a good night. Bye.